again and welcome to the Nile Library Storytime. I've got two books again for you today, and one of them is a counting book. We haven't had a counting book so far, I don't think. Anyway, this one is called Raindrop Plop. Hasn't rained much lately, but you never know. It could start soon. Oh, and this one was given to my daughter from her auntie. How cool is that? She wrote in it. Just because, she says. And this has been written by Wendy Lewison, and the drawings were drawn by Pam Paparone. So there we go. Don't forget the illustrator is very important. So is the writer. But Raindrop Plop. There we go. Raindrop Plop. One little raindrop, dark, dark sky. Two little raindrops, clouds go by. Three little raindrops, splat, splat, splat. So she's all dressed up in her raincoat. Four little raindrops, boots and hat. Five little raindrops, shiny red coat. Six little raindrops and a bright blue boat. Seven little raindrops pop in a cup. Eight little raindrops, umbrellas up. I always like to walk in the rain, particularly if you've got a good umbrella. 9 little raindrops, puddle fun. 10 little raindrops, still no sun. Too many raindrops, run, run, run. Back in the house now, that is that. Off with the raincoat, off with the hat. The dog shaking himself dry. You might find that if you've got a dog and you take them out when it's wet, they come home and they shake themselves all over the place. 10 little toes in a nice warm tub. 9 soapy bubbles. Scrub-a-dub-dub. 8 fluffy towels, soft and white. 7 brass buttons, shiny and bright. 6 tiny marshmallows float in a cup. What do you put marshmallows in? Hot chocolate, that's right. 6 tiny marshmallows float in a cup. 5 small pretzels. Gobble them up. 4 furry squirrels want something to eat. And 3 hungry birds go tweet, tweet, tweet. Two bright eyes, what do they see? Out of the window, out by the tree. Raindrops stopping one by one. No more raindrops. Sun, sun, sun. And then the sun comes out again. So that's really nice. Always nice when the sun comes out. Now I wanted to show you this back here. And see if you've got one in your garden, if you've ever had one. One of these bird feeders. They're really good to do in winter. We're coming up for winter, but they're really good to make in winter, something like that. So that the birds have got a little bit of extra food for them. Anyway, something to think about. Right, now a bit of nonsense here. Last time I read a little poem by Edward Lear, and this one There's a whole book by Edward Lear, and the pictures were drawn by Helen Oxenbury. Now, Edward Lear is very well known for writing what's called nonsense rhymes and nonsense stories. So let's see how he gets on with this one. It's called The Quangle Wangle's Hat. The Quangle Wangle. I've never met a Quangle Wangle. I'm not sure if you have. If you have, let me know. But, oh, this was given to my daughter from her grandma. So there we go. The Quangle Wangle's Hat. On top of the crumpety tree, the Quangle Wangle sat. But his face you could not see on account of his beaver hat. For his hat was 102 feet wide, with ribbons and bibbins on every side, and bells and buttons and loops and lace, so that nobody ever could see the face of the Quangle Wangle Quee. What a fabulous hat. Isn't that gorgeous? The Quangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree, jam and jelly and bread are the best of food for me. But the longer I live on this crumpety tree, the plainer than ever it seems to me that very few people come this way, and that life on the whole is far from gay, said the Quangle Wangle Quee. He's right at the top there. You can just see the hat. But there came to the crumpety tree a Mr. and Mrs. Canary, and they said, did you ever see any spot so charmingly airy? May we build a nest on your lovely hat? Mr. Quangle Wangle, grant us that. Oh, please, let us come and build a nest of whatever material suits you best, Mr. Quangle Wangle Quee. And besides to the crumpety tree came the stork and the duck and the owl, the snail and the bumblebee. And here they all are. There's the bumblebee, the stork, the owl, quail and the snail. They're all rocking up to the tree. Let's see what happens. The frog and the fimblefowl. The fimblefowl with a corkscrew leg. And all of them said, we humbly beg, we may build our homes on your lovely hat. Mr. Quangle Wangle, grant us that. Mr. Quangle Wangle Quee. And the golden grouse came there, and the pobble, who hast no toes. I did say it was a bit of a nonsense rhyme book. And the small Olympian bear, and the dong, with a luminous nose. And the blue baboon who played the flute, and the orient calf from the land of Toot. And the attery squash, and the bisky bat. I love this story, it's so crazy. The bisky bat. All of them came and built on the lovely hat of the Quangle Wangle Quee. There they all are, going up the hill to build their homes. And the Quangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree, when all these creatures move, what a wonderful noise there'll be. And at night by the light of the mulberry moon, they danced to the flute of the blue baboon on the broad green leaves of the crumpety tree, and all were as happy can be. With the Quangle Wangle Quee. So there you go, that's the Quangle Wangle's Hat by Edward Lear. Total nonsense story, that one, but good fun. Lots of fun words there. Now, to finish up with, let's have another little poem from my Higgledy Piggledy Pop. We've actually got this in the library as well. It's a really cool book, this one. This one is, it says who it's by. It's by Anon. And Anon means that it's anonymous. It means they don't really know who actually wrote it to start with, but it's in here. And it goes, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, but Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? It kind of makes sense if you think about it. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.